welcome to a new episode of Business Meets Life. Today it's already episode 81 and we have a solo episode by me today. So the topic is, it's all about branding. I started to go on this challenge and journey of not interviewing amazing, successful business owners in this world on a weekly basis and publish it on my podcast, Business Meets Live, on YouTube and Spotify. But I said, hey, you know what? I want to build up more relationships, and it's challenging to do this every single day, but it's worth it. I'm a bit more than halfway through, and then I've decided, you know what? Maybe instead of doing it 30 days of building up a new relationship daily, I'm gonna do maybe 31 days. Suddenly became 32 days. I am considering if I'm actually gonna do it for 60 days. I will keep you posted. Let's see. Okay, now let's talk about branding and visibility, especially for you decision makers out there. What if your visibility is the only thing standing between where you are and the opportunities you know you deserve? Exactly. Welcome. In case you don't know me yet, I'm so glad to be here with you today. My name is Janine Jakob, the founder of Full Potential Partners in Shanghai, China, and Podcast Genie Marketing. I'm an international speaker, a trainer, and currently actually joining you guys from Sydney, Australia. And yes, I'm the host of Business Meets Life, the podcast. So today is a special solo episode because what I'm about to share with you is something I have been wanting to say out loud for a long while. Hi, Dari. Nice to see you. We have people joining us live here, all about branding, right? And here's what I have noticed after working with hundreds of decision makers, entrepreneurs, business owners, the people who get the opportunities, the speaking gigs, the ideal clients, the partnerships, the invitations, they are not always the most talented in the room, right? Have you noticed it? Have you noticed that you actually have this competitor and you just don't know why this competitor always gets the most people? Let me tell you this. A couple of days ago, I organized an event with Jack Henderson. He's like a buyer's agent in Sydney, Australia. And hi, Julian. Nice to see you. Jack Henderson is super famous. He's 29 years old, makes 150 million Australian dollars a year right now, has, I think, more than 100 employees. But remember, he's 29 years old, right? And is he the best buyer's agent in Sydney and Australia? Maybe. We don't know. However, what makes him so different actually is, hey Ronnie, nice to see you. Okay, Jack Henderson is really doubling down in branding. What he's really good at is every single person sees his ads. He puts about $30,000. Hi, Julian. Hi, brother. So Jack puts about $30,000 in advertising a day, he was mentioning. So he gets about 15, 20 million views on social media in about a month. So again, do we say that Jack Henderson is the best buyer's agent in Sydney, Australia? Maybe not, but he is the guy that might actually get the clients. Why? Because he is on social media. He puts ads wherever you go, LinkedIn, Instagram, newspaper. I don't know about newspaper articles, but online, this is where you can find him. So whether you like him or not, you start seeing him. You have heard his name. And once you are the person who actually wants to invest and get a property, suddenly in your brain, you will think about, oh, I think I've met this guy called Jack, right? So Jack was in my space. I was really excited to invite him over for a speech. We had 35 people, super exclusive. And he was super authentic. It was so interesting to see how he has become successful. But again, he was saying one thing he learned as a business owner was actually, or even before that, when he was learning on podcasts and YouTubes and everything, like he was learning from Gary Vee, and apparently it was Gary Vee's advice that the first person you need to hire is actually a videographer. And when Jack started his business, that's exactly what he did. So I'm actually getting off script right now, but I thought this was such a great story when he shared it. And this again, just like makes the point that I'm mentioning. Who really gets the client, who gets the speaking gigs, and so on. Probably the person that is most branded, whether they give the best quality or anything. I wouldn't know. I have not been a client of Jack yet. I've just interacted with him differently. Okay, so, but he was definitely impressive, I gotta say. So, a lot of people, they're not always the most experienced ones, as I said, and they're definitely not always the loudest ones that eventually might even be the best ones, right? So the people who get these speaking gigs and maybe the clients later on, like Jack, they are the most visible in the right way. So today I'm going to share with you what I call the visibility blueprint. And by the end of this episode, you are going to understand exactly why your current visibility approach might be working against you or what to do instead. So we had 3 secrets coming your way. Stay with me all the way. Also the people live here on LinkedIn, YouTube, and everywhere else. Okay, because the secret number 3 is the one that completely changes how you think about personal brand. Are you ready? Let's do it. Good. So I just want to start with a confession. Many of you know I have been to China already for 8.5 years. That's when I got started there. And knowing Chinese culture, like marketing, branding, everything there is done so differently from the US, from Germany. And a few years ago, I was doing everything right. Exclamation marks. That's what I thought, right? I was posting constantly because I remember someone told me on WeChat, like he started posting daily so that people remember him. Remember, like when they look for someone like Jack, buyer's agent, Sydney, those keywords, they would think of Jack because he's online every single day, right? And this was a tip I got when I started my career in Shanghai, China, right? But also then later on, I started to be present on LinkedIn, on Instagram, not only all these Chinese social media. I tried everything. Posted the same thing on every like social media, the same day, same content, same text even back in the days, right? Plus, I was attending networking events. I even hosted my own networking events with Monday Morning Motivation, the exclusive executive society, where I was also vice president for the Suzhou community. I was active with internations and hosted events, very often focusing on business owners, executives, or entrepreneurs. So I was building a following, a community. Nowadays, I have more than 60,000 followers. And yet, the opportunities I knew I deserved, they were not coming. It took me years to speak on a stage in Los Angeles where people like the son of Lamborghini was speaking, Hollywood celebrities like Mario Lopez, Vince Vaughn, and so on, right? Now, they were not coming, not the way on how I actually wanted to have it, not at that rate, not from the right people. So I remember sitting at my desk one evening, analytics open in front of me, and back in the days I didn't even have those analytics yet, right? We all need data, although I come from the IT and from corporate before. So analytics open, decent engagement while growing follower count, step by step, very slow. And I had this sinking feeling. Why does it feel like I'm invisible to people who actually matter? And that question changed everything. Sometimes you just gotta ask the right question, right? So because I realized I had been asking the wrong questions, I've been asking, how do I get more visible? How do I become an influencer? And so on. When the real question is, how do I become impossible to ignore by the right people, like Jack Henderson, whether you like him or not? He is just there if you are in Sydney or in Australia and looking for buyer's agents, right? So That shift in like mindset from chasing volume to engineering strategic visibility, that is what unlocked everything for me. New speaking opportunities, inbound client inquiries, doors I hadn't even knocked on, people reaching out to me suddenly. And that is what I want to walk you through today. So you don't spend another year being kind of invisible when you could be magnetically visible. Hi, Pedro, nice to see you. Okay, so when you could be magnetically visible, that's what we said, right? So here's the thing, nobody in the personal branding space wants to admit. Most of the advice you've received is telling you to post more, show up more, right? Gary, 50 times a week. Be consistent. Sure, we've done it. Ticked it off our checklist. Build your audience, grow your numbers, and those things are not wrong. They matter, right? But they're missing the point. Think of it like this. Imagine you're in a massive room with thousands of people, like me when I gave that speech in Los Angeles. Hi, Randy. Good to see you. Yeah, Randy was on our podcast recently, right? He was amazing. People loved you, Randy. Really good feedback we've gotten. Okay, so you're in this big room, right? We're talking about branding, and you're shouting your message as loud as you can. Some people will hear you, but it's noisy. It suddenly disappears. It's chaotic. And the people who need to hear your most, the most important message, right? Those people you most might not even be in that room. Can you see that? Now, maybe they're outside. Wow, so many people joining today. Happy to see you all. We're talking about branding, right? So you're sending out this message, and some people might not even be in the room. They might be in a coffee break, in the restroom. They don't hear your message. Now imagine a different scenario. You walk into a room of just 10 people, only 10 people, but they are your target audience. Let's say 10 decision makers, 10 people who are exactly who you want to connect with. And the moment you walk in, they already know your name. Like those people in Sydney, Jack Henderson. Oh, so energetic. Great start for the new week. I'm so happy to hear that. Hi, Global Dragon Official. Thanks for joining. Hope you have a great start in the week. Okay, so those 10 people who are in this room, they already know you. They know your name. They know the history. They already respect your expertise. They're really looking forward to hear from you, right? And they're already leaning in even before you speak. They're ready with their notebook, with their pens, right? These 10 people versus people in this space of 2,000 people. All right, now that is exactly the difference between visibility and strategic visibility. One is about reach. And you might have thousands of followers, 100,000. Yes, you might be considered, oh, he or she is an influencer, but still, you're not making any money from it. Now, the other one is about resonance. One is about being seen. Like, I love how Global Dragon on Instagram was just mentioning, oh, you're so energetic as always. Thanks for mentioning this. Now, if you go back to your brand also, going back off the brand of Janine Jakob, there's actually 3 things that I wrote down on how I want to be perceived as a brand now that this person just mentioned it. One of them is actually energetic. Why? Because I think it's just authentically me. That's what makes me happy. And I just hope that it resonates with the right people who enjoy this kind of energy that I'm sending out. It's also branding, right? Okay, back to the topic in here. So, we said the differences between visibility and strategic visibility. Now, one is about reach. The other one is about, hello to our newcomer. Wow, we're so global today. And the other one is about resonates. Who resonates with you? One is about being seen. The other one is about being remembered, trusted, and chosen. That's what you want to be, right? That brand. You are a person. You are a brand. It's not just your company. Like my company is called For Potential Partners. Today, I'm going to share these 3 secrets, 3 pillars of the visibility blueprint that I mentioned. That's why you guys tuned in here from around the world. Now, that visibility blueprint will help you move from the noisy room to the right room with the right people. Let's dive into secret number 1 of the 3 secrets. So we call this one positioning smarter, not posting more. And basically, like I want to tell you about a client of mine. Let's just call him Jack. Jack, no, sorry, we already spoke about Jack. That was a real person. Let's call this person, I'm just going to call this person now Pierre, all right? So Pierre was a highly experienced consultant. 15 years of results, happy clients, deep expertise, you know, like rational, German, good qualities, and so on. Although Pierre sounds like a very French name now. So Pierre absolutely knew his stuff, but he kept losing opportunities to someone he knew was less qualified than Pierre, right? Every single time. So when I looked at Pierre's online presence, I immediately saw the problem. Pierre was trying to speak to everyone. And back in the days, this is exactly how I started as well. I love how Stories by Itzichim is saying, being remembered and the go-to expert. Exactly, that's what we're working on. So Pierre was trying to speak to everyone instead of niching down, right? So Pierre's bio said, consultant helping businesses grow. Very generic, right? So his posts were all over the map. Leadership one day, operations the next, a motivational quote on Friday. He wasn't positioned. He wasn't scattered. No. And when you try to speak to everyone, you speak to no one, right? So the teaching here is, here's what positioning really means. It's not about what you do. It's about what you are known for. Oh yeah, maybe this person is known for, let me know, Stories by Echirim. What are you known for, right? Oh, is it Eric? Oh, yeah, it is Eric. Good to see you here. Like Eric, I just met him and he's actually going to be on our podcast very soon. And just by like one of the first things, without scrolling his whole LinkedIn yet, I knew he was famous for storytelling and public speaking. Does he do other stuff? For sure. Now, looking a bit further into it, he seemed like he's probably funny, or he seems to have a lot of like care and love and probably good humor. Just by looking at his post a little bit, this is what I actually got from his brand, right? Now, what exactly is Eric known for, right? Or by example, Pierre, I mean, this was a fake name from my client, right? But yeah, what is Pierre known for? Known from, right? So I call this your single sentence positioning statement. It answers 3 questions in one breath. Number 1, write this down, everyone. Who you serve. Very important for your branding. Yes, who do you serve? It's that simple. Number 2, what you help them achieve. What you help them achieve. And write down number 3, why it matters to them, to the key audience. Not to everybody, but to that one key audience. Like those decision makers, those of, I don't know, maybe from the IT industry. Not a decision maker from all industries, right? Basically, when your position is crystal clear, your visibility starts working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even when you're not posting, not online, not in the room. Example, write this down. I help specific who to specific result so they can deeper outcome. You got this? I help specific who to specific result so they can deeper outcome. That's exactly like those blanks that you want to fill in now, right? So, for example, Pierre rewrote his positioning on LinkedIn, and he became the consultant who helps tech companies scale their operations without losing their culture. Specific, clear, magnetic. And within 60 days, 2 inbound opportunities from people who said, I heard your name and I immediately thought of you, Pierre, right? And this is what positioning does. It puts you in the right room before you even walk in. Let me see what Eric is writing here on Instagram. Yes, Janine, it's me. Understanding your ICP's number one pain point. Absolutely. And this goes back to the basics. We did learn this eventually in university or have seen it in a YouTube video before. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of it. But now's the time to take action. Exactly. So this is the action moment now. So think right now, can you describe what you do in one clear, specific sentence that makes the right person immediately say, I need him, I need her, I need Eric, I need Sarah, I need Janine, right? And if you hesitated, your positioning needs a little bit more work. So please write it in the comments now below, whether LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are joining us from right now. I'd love to see your comments. I want to know you guys better. Like, Eric, what exactly are you known from, right? So drop your current positioning in the comments and let's workshop it together. Which now brings us to secret number 2. Build authority that speaks before you do, right? Remember, you want to enter this room and everyone already knows you. Whether it's those 10 people in the room or 2,000, it doesn't matter. Whether it is in Los Angeles, in Shanghai, in Munich, or here in Sydney. Good. Now, I want to ask you something. When you walk into a room for the very first time, a new client meeting, a speaking event, a conference, what are people thinking about you? And please be honest now, right? You gotta be honest. What's the truth? They've probably already Googled you. They've checked your LinkedIn. I mean, LinkedIn is your new business card, right? Nowadays, by the way, I use Referon, such a great platform actually to exchange virtual business cards. Connect with me on Referon if you have it. They've scanned your content. They checked all of your social media channels. Nowadays, that's why we have all the different social media channels, because they need to see you several times before they actually start buying you. I think back in the days, they said like they need to see your content or you for 7 times. I think nowadays it's like 11, 12, or 13 times before they actually buy you, right? Now, they've scanned your content. In about 30 seconds, they have made a decision about whether they trust you, do they like you, or not. And maybe it didn't even take 30 seconds. And this is what I call your digital first impression. And for most people, it's either okay or it's actively working against them. A major speaking opportunity came my way, referred by someone in my network. I'll tell you this in a second. Let me quickly check the comments. So Eric is saying, if you serve everyone, then you serve no one. Very well said. They remember your personal brand, right? Not the company name. I used to work at HP. Did they buy, when I was in sales and an account manager, did they buy HP networks and cloud and security services because it is HP? Well, partly they did, right? But at the end also because I was their contact person. I built up the trust. They built it because Janine Jakob was a brand next to HP, and together, that's why they bought from me as well. Yes. So via your socials to get a feel for who you are. Yes, socials. That's why we always say be authentic. And some of the most amazing business owners out there, they're afraid of being seen on social media, showing their face. In Australia, we have the tall poppy syndrome. In the US, they seem to be a bit more confident, right? In Asia, we have a lot like this losing face where people might, we have a lot of reasons and excuses why we don't put our face on social media. Now, okay, going back to, remember, a major speaking opportunity came my way. And I was asked, even like I gave a training in Korea. I've been asked to speak in Singapore, Dubai, and Thailand recently. But okay, so basically they were referred by someone in my network who said, hey, you should hire Janine. Now the organizer reached out, but before they committed, they did their homework, they did research. Nowadays, Claude co-work. I love it so much. Does all the research. You don't even have to do it yourself anymore, and you can even automate it. It is amazing. So they read my content, they watched my videos, they explored my online presence. Even like last year, I won an award in Hong Kong as a consultant in China that made a big, like female, especially consultant in China that made a very big impact. So they did all of their research. Do you know what they told me when they finally booked me? Janine, before we even spoke, I felt like I already knew you. I knew your values. I knew your expertise. I already trusted you. Oh my gosh, when I heard that, I had such a beautiful feeling. Such a beautiful feeling in my heart. And I just thought like, all the hard work I put in, it's starting to pay off, right? I know this might just be the first person, but I'm sure there's gonna be a domino effect, right? And this is exactly what authority means. I don't want to help you guys through podcasting and I can get it done for you or things like this, like to just become an expert and be seen as a specialist. I want you to be seen as the authority in that field, in that niche, basically, right? Hi, Trotteville. Nice to see you too. So that is what intentional visibility builds over time. In your city, in your country, in your industry, you want to be that authority, right? Now, what's the teaching? What's the lesson in here? There's 3 C's of authority that I want you to start following. I love all the hearts. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let me quickly see what Eric was writing. No, really, they want to work with you because you have similar values and build trust. Yes, exactly. When we resonate, when we have the same values and we connect with people, then there's definitely like, it is a game changer, right? Okay, so the 3 C's of authority, write it down, everyone. C number 1, consistency. Yeah, I quickly mentioned it, right? Consistency means, and this is also like, you know, I'm trying this like daily podcast every day, same time, same place on social media, because I'm also trying to actually train the social media algorithms. Consistency. Social media, like the algorithm is starting to understand, okay, Janine goes online, same time, same place, right? Unless I have tech issues. Yep, unfortunately it happened a few times. So C1 is consistency. It's not about posting every day, unless you can. And if you can post 2 times a day, even better, right? But it's about showing up with the same message, the same values, the same expertise over time, over and over and over again. No excuses. You can get a VA to help you nowadays. There's automation tools that can do it for you. Your audience needs to see, yes, Janine or Eric, or Pierre or Sarah, you are reliable. You are like I can depend on you, right? You are the go-to expert on your one thing. C number 2, take a note now. Clarity. Every single piece of content you create should connect back to your positioning. Every post, every video, every article should reinforce one core idea about who you are and what you stand for, especially because you are the authority, right? And this one core idea about who you are and what you stand for needs to be repeated. Scattered content creates scattered authority. Makes sense, doesn't it? Right? Now, focused content creates a magnetic brand. And I gotta say, like, for me, because I have different social media platforms, like a lot of my friends from my network, and a few of them you have seen on their on this podcast, like Randy spoke about AI and many other people. They have this already existing Instagram account, and then they started a new Instagram account just for this one topic, which is, for example, AI. right? So that they can actually be super, super dedicated. And I'm literally thinking now, like for Business Meets Life on YouTube, I started a new account, a second account, which is just for Business Meets Life shorts. So yeah, how can you really focus? Great strategy, Janine. Tuning the algorithm to understand your subject matter and audience. Thank you. I'm glad it resonates. So you all have been asking, what is C number 3? So number 1 was, do you remember? Write in the chat. Consistency, right? Number 2 was, do you remember it? Clarity, right? And C number 3 is credibility signals, right? Credibility. These are the proof of points that tell the world you are who you say you are. Testimonials. Everyone can get a free testimonial from the client. It doesn't cost anything. You don't have to spend any money on this. You just gotta have the courage to ask your client, right? Like on LinkedIn, I probably have about 25 different testimonials. And speaking of with, I'm like, the last testimonial is a few weeks ago. So I should probably ask a few clients again, hey, give me a new updated testimonial. Or some people nowadays, they check on Trustpilot, right? Google profile. There's lots of ways where nowadays TripAdvisor, where you have testimonials. Otherwise, you might not go to this restaurant or this bar. Especially Asians, they always check what has the best reviews. Now, testimonials, case studies, media features, awards. You're gonna laugh. I know like a lot of people think, boy, Janine, she's so extroverted, so strong, energetic, right? I have my shy moments. Like I seriously have to delegate more of my awards and media features like that I actually have won, that I have been in, celebrities I met over the last few years. I haven't even posted on it on social media about it yet. I know this sounds crazy because that's what I do for other people as well, right? And sometimes we're overthinking. The mind can really mess us up. Like Jack Henderson was saying, and he also like met and interviewed a lot of multimillionaires and billionaires, highly successful people like we do here, right? And he was basically saying, yeah, like the hardest is actually the mind, the mental part, right? So that's why nowadays I just have to give it to my team that they take care of it, because then I cannot overthink. I cannot make an excuse. So yeah, that's a good reminder to my team. If you guys are listening right now, remind me to send you more of my branding over that you can publish it. So yes, media features, awards, podcast appearances, right? Start your own podcast, ask other people, hey, let's do a podcast swap. Anton Guinea is going to be on our podcast very soon. I've known him for a while. He's going to be on my podcast soon. I have been on his podcast recently. What does it mean? We did a switch. I mean, if we didn't like each other and didn't think that we're both credible and amazing humans and business owners and leaders, we would not have done it, right? Or if we spoke about completely different topics. But it just made sense. That's why we did it, right? So you can do an exchange if you wanted to. There are speaking engagements. They don't cost anything. Yeah, I've spoken at TEDx even twice. Plus, I've given a workshop at TEDx before in Suzhou, in Qingdao, and Shanghai. Right? I mean, it's all China, but still, it shows you are an authority. Every time you earn one, amplify it, repost it, reuse it. Don't be shy about sharing social proof. It's not bragging, right? Especially the Australians here need to start understanding it. It's evidence. And while I'm saying it, I'm going to say it to myself as well. It's a good reminder. Right, Janine? Yeah, we're all just human, right? We all have our low moments. Mindset, overcoming self-doubt and imposter syndrome. Get excited about what you do and how you can serve. Thank you for sharing. Very good reminder, Eric. Absolutely. Now, here's the most important thing about authority. You want to write this down as a keyword, authority. Put it as your goal. I am an authority, right? Already behave and walk and talk as if you really know you are the authority, right? So, this important thing. You do not have to tell people you are an expert. You need to show them consistently, one of the C's, and over time, again and again and again. and your content becomes your credential. When authority is built right, you stop chasing opportunities. You're attracting them, right? Sounds like manifestation, the law of attraction here. Opportunities start chasing you. They will come to you. Clients want to work with you. They want to hire you because they resonate with your brand. They see, yes, you are the authority. And now think about the decision makers in your industry. When they need someone, they don't Google, I need a consultant, storyteller. Today there was in our JT Fox community, there was a lady from Australia. She's looking for an art therapist, right? So immediately, one of my besties from Shanghai, an American lady, award-winning event, she popped in my mind. So I sent her the contact details. Took me what? Less than a minute. And they might think once they look for art therapist, consultant, storyteller, public speaker, trainer, whatever, AI specialist. And they would suddenly think, oh, I should call Pierre. I should call Eric, right? So your job or our job together is to make sure that that name is yours, right? Exactly. Now, guys, it's time for action. So, quick audit, look at your last 10 pieces of content. LinkedIn posts, articles, blogs, videos, carousels, stories, whatever it is, right, that you've put out there. Do they all point back to one clear positioning? And let's be honest, I definitely have to improve on that as well because I do too many things, too many different businesses, right? Do they all point back to one clear positioning? Do they build on each other or are they scattered? Like for me, it's all about like full potential partners, right? It is all about basically unlocking full potential. That's what I stand for. But again, this can look in many different ways. It can be through coaching, training. That's what I provide. It can be through AI marketing services. And those AI and marketing services can help you unlock your full potential, right? So there's a lot of different ways. So we want to be more specific. So go back to your content. And this audit will show you exactly where your authority is leaking. You don't even have to pay an expert yet. Just be critical with yourself or ask your friends, colleagues. Now, guys, comment below if you just had an aha moment. Anybody had an aha moment? Give me a message in a chat if you did. You are not alone. Even I just had an aha moment. So sometimes me giving these, not just like interviews, but literally even giving solo episodes, it actually makes me, I get my aha moments too, right? We're not done yet, guys. Don't leave yet. We still have secret number 3 in here, but just want to make sure if you love Business Meets Live, our podcast so far, please spread the word, send it to your friends, invite more people, and also subscribe to Business Meets Live on YouTube. Thank you so much, but we're also on Spotify. Good. Okay, now let's continue. Secret number 3, you all have been waiting for. Turn your visibility into real business opportunities. How do I do that? Right? I mean, that's one of the reasons why I actually have the podcast. Now you know my little secret. Every day I am actually creating building this new relationship with somebody, right? Yeah, exactly. So I'm building this new relationship, and then while we get to know each other and we're chatting, we start to see, hey, maybe that's how we can help each other. By the way, this is my weakness, this is my strength. Maybe let's do something together. Maybe I can introduce you to someone in my network. That's what I love doing. I'm a member in this business club, a private members club of only business owners here in Sydney, but it's super global. But basically, I'm constantly I'm a natural bridge. I've always been like a business matchmaker. I should maybe do this as a job. So basically, I'm constantly bridging people, right? So here's the secret, right? That's a secret almost nobody talks about. Because most personal branding advice stops at build your brand, do it now. Eric is saying, Number three, building virtual and real life relationships, collaborations, right? Synergies, win. I'm a big fan of win-win situations. It goes back to my values as well, right? So now here's the truth. Building your brand is not the goal. No. I mean, this is like a never-ending story, but converting that visibility into real tangible opportunities. Like I'm on people's LinkedIn and social media popping up not only once a day right now, whether they like it or not. Look, if they don't like it, they can unfollow me, right? Then for sure they are not my target audience. Then please, because I want to target the right people in here. Let me say this again, the goal is converting that visibility into real tangible opportunities. So I want to share a moment that shifted my perspective forever. My coach, Eddie Fox, has always been mentioning this. Or I was also at a conference, maybe 500 people in the room. A speaker I had never heard of walked onto the stage. Within 5 minutes, I was completely, bam, hooked. Not because of what he was selling, not because of his credentials, right? But because of how he showed up, his confidence, his clarity, like action points. For me as a German, very easy to follow, very organized, right? First, second, third. Very great. I love it. The specific, precise insights he shared, there was so many nuggets. That's how I feel about our speakers here on our podcast. They give so many nuggets. The authentic stories they told, or this person told, right? And after the session was over, there was a line of 30 people waiting to speak to him. Not because he asked, not because he pushed, because they felt compelled to connect. Right? Or like in China, people would usually come to me like with their phone, say, hey, Janine, can I add you on WeChat? Can I become your WeChat friends? So we would always like share our QR code and everybody can like already scan you and become your WeChat friend and so on, right? Or we do it here like with LinkedIn, or I use Referring for this nowadays. Okay, that is what keyword strategic visibility does. It doesn't just get you seen. It creates this gravitational pull, attracts those people, the right audience. Now, the opportunity conversion framework is step number one, write it down, the right platform. Not all visibility is equal. Being visible on the wrong platform where your ideal decision makers are not, is just noise. Like right now, I'm not super successful on TikTok, right? The content that I create. But like my biggest success right now is my LinkedIn with over 30,000 followers. But also this is where I want to be, right? So, oh yeah, Eric, you also know JT. People resonate with your energy, Janine. I love it. Strategic visibility. Thank you so much for sharing this, Eric. I appreciate it. So yeah, you need to know where your people spend their time, right? Where do they show up? Do they go to this run club? Is this where you should be? Like one of my speakers from a few days ago, she now invited me, hey, Janine, go with me to this female network event. Sorry, I forgot the exact name. Haven't been there yet. It's only like the next event is happening end of this month. And then she said, oh yeah, and I should take you to the, I think, Family Business Association. I was like, wow, interesting. That's exactly room where I want to be, surrounded by a lot of successful family business owners, like business owners for even like different generations, right? Like we Germans, we're really big on these like medium, hidden champion family businesses that are ruling the world in specific tiny niches, right? So let's be more like these guys. Like Carl Zeiss that used to be my client. They have different niches, different platforms, and they're just like really like known for it. Now, for many of you, it could be LinkedIn. For others, it could be Instagram, right? So for others, it might also be those industry events that I've just mentioned, podcasts, specific communities or stages, online or offline. But there's definitely a trend nowadays, again, into like face-to-face networking. So guys, 3, 2, 1, make a decision, choose your platform strategically. Which pops in my mind, Janine, it is LinkedIn, but I'm trying to grow my YouTube, to be honest. So don't choose the platform randomly. Do it strategically. Check trends, right? You can do this very easy with ChatGPT, Claude, Grok. Based on where your people are, do some research. Step number 2, the conversation trigger. Every single piece of content you create should invite a real conversation, not just like and share, like an actual meaningful conversation. Sometimes we even say like bad marketing is marketing because it engages people, which is good for the algorithm of social media, right? If you want to be controversial. Now, you can ask a question that makes someone think, share an insight that makes someone lean in, create content that makes the right people say, I need to reach out to this lady over there, or to that man, Eric, right? So, oh, I love how Eric just mentioned proximity is power. Proximity is power. That's one of the reasons I also do the podcast. Because nowadays I am surrounded. Hi, Cordelia. Nice to see you. Proximity is power. That's why you want to be in a room by more success and surrounded by more successful people, right? That's also how you can upgrade your branding. Another tip. Okay, going back to the framework here. Your content is a conversation starter, right? I need to reach out to him or her, maybe to Cordelia, to Eric. And also, if your content is a conversation starter, you want to treat it like one, which brings us to step number 3 of the framework, the follow-up system. And this is where most people leak. And I used to be so bad in converting leads, converting people from social media. It's only since like 2 years ago when I joined the AIpreneurs community and I learned more about marketing outside of China and learning about sales funnels. I know this sounds stupid, but I had to learn about it. I didn't know about it, although I had studied marketing and business, not only IT, what I've studied back in university. I had to learn, lifelong learning, right? So step 3 is the follow-up system. This is where most people leak opportunities and they don't even know it. Someone discovers your content. Now, nowadays, I use a lot of and you're gonna see this even more, automation, especially also with my clients, right? Like if someone's interested, right? If people are interested, they're intrigued, but there is no easy next step. They want to learn from you, want to have some free lead magnets, something for free, give them value, 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 instead of just saying, hey, this is my funnel, my product, pay it. Like very often there's no clear invitation. It's lacking. So they scroll on, they move on to the next one, and the opportunity is gone. You need a clear, simple, frictionless pathway for people to move from interested to engaged. Whether that's a DM conversation, a free resource, a challenge, a community, book themselves into your calendar, make the next step obvious, make it easy, make it compelling. Now, here's the reveal. Visibility without a conversion pathway, just entertainment, isn't it? Sure, we want to be entertained on social media, but you're building an audience, which is great. But are you building a business? Are you building a network of people who want to work with you? The decision makers who get this right, they don't just have followers. They have a waiting list. They get referrals from people who have never been clients. They receive invitations to opportunities they never applied for. And it all starts with visibility that is strategic, consistent, and conversion focused, guys. This is again the moment of action for you. What is your current next step for someone who discovers you online? Is it clear? Is it easy? Is it compelling? If not, you have a pipeline leaking right now. Comment your biggest realization below, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I read every single one, right? And now, guys, basically, we're not done yet. Let's bring it all together. Today, we covered the visibility blueprint, 3 pillars that will transform how decision makers see you, remember you, and choose you. Pillar 1 was about positioning smarter, not posting more. Know exactly who you serve, what you do for them, and why it matters. And make the foundation of every single thing you put out. Pillar 2, build authority that speaks before you do. Show up with consistency, clarity, credibility, the 3 C's I've mentioned. Those are the signals. Let your content be your credential. Build your trust before you go on stage and speak, right, Eric? Pillar 3, convert visibility into opportunities. Be on the right platforms. Create conversation triggers. Have a clear, frictionless pathway for people to take the next step. And here's the one thing I want you to take away from today, although I think I mentioned more amazing things, right? Above everything else, visibility is not about being seen by more people. It's about being seen by the right people in the right way at the right time. You would have guessed it, right? And when you get that right, everything changes. Opportunities don't just come to you. They seek you out. What's your next step? Number 1, I would love to hear from you. What was your biggest takeaway today? Drop it in the comments right now. Send me a message. Tell me where you are on your visibility journey. I read every single one. Number 2, we are in the middle of our actually more than 30-day live podcast challenge here on Business Meets Live. Every day, single day at 10:30 a.m. Sydney time. I show up live, raw, real, actionable content just like this with amazing, successful people from all around the world. Soon, Eric's going to be on it here too. April 24th, mark it. And follow and subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Follow me on YouTube, please. Janine Jacob, Business Meets Live, or Spotify, but this one's not live. And also LinkedIn, we're going to be live. And number 3, if you have an advanced question about visibility, personal branding, or positioning that you'd love me to address on a future episode, send it to me now. I may feature it live. DM me, message me, I am here. You have expertise the world needs, right? You have a story that can change lives. You have value that is waiting right now to be unlocked. The only thing standing between where you are and the opportunities you deserve is your visibility. And if you guys need help, AI marketing services, unlocking your full potential, podcast done for you as a service we also offer, just reach out to me as well. So let's make you impossible to ignore. This is Janine Jacob. Thank you so much for being here with me on Business Meets Live. This was episode 81. And tomorrow we're going to have amazing, my friend Rumana Khan, a German Indian based in, I think she's in Melbourne, Australia. Yes. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, keep showing up, keep positioning smart, consistency, and remember, your visibility is your greatest asset. Thank you so much for joining as well and for all the love, dear Eric, that you shared online here. For everyone else who joined globally, have a fantastic day. Happy Monday, or if you're in the US, happy Sunday and good night, and have a great